Is that one that we saw? The one with all the big stuff? In,
Oh,
Yes.
so Claudia, I'm thinking it'll go here. You're not? Unless you think it should go somewhere else.
No, will it fit there?
I think so. The only other place would be here, we'd have to move the flags over a little bit.
And what we could do is, you know what, we'll bring back the thing, because you could maybe put it underneath it.
What thing?
You know, there's a thing that was in the museum, that's like a long, thin
the
plaque
plaque
that
of
went
my
up against the
grandpa?
wall with a picture of a
I
grandfather.
don't know if you want that.
Well, we'll see, you don't have to, I mean, we could just maybe put it up against the
You
wall.
could just say, make something a little. thing.
I'll mention, I'll have to mention it during the holidays. But we can also make a plaque, and whatever you want.
No, we're not gonna make it, but we'll bring that and see if it fits, if it's not
I think a
too
picture
crazy.
might be.
Well, it has,
I
we'll
don't think
see.
it's actually gonna fit there, but.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know when you go to museums, they have these like.
If not, then
photos?
if not, we could put it like right there,
Put it
even
on
though it's
here.
not the eastern wall. What is?
Yeah,
Anyway, we'll
you're
figure
gonna
it out.
see, cause you're gonna come over tonight and I pulled out a lot of my grandpa's stuff.
It's astounding.
Rabbi on it.
It's
It's
astounding. It's astounding. It's the nicest. It's the nicest.
And your,
stuff.
thing,
It's
well,
like-
Thank you, thank you. You'll see
Tell me,
today.
Stan.
Oh, he'll be standing
But the rabbi wants to hang the mizrah.
Oh, here's the guy I'm looking for, okay.
It's astounding. I mean, it should be in a museum, but
It-
for now it should be in a
It's
museum.
from the old country.
No, when he retired, he started carving Judaica with no real like full
Self-made.
training.
I
Stuff like
mean,
that.
he's completely self-taught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I gotta find that picture of his hands, he's got, he had those little hands.
like mine.
No.
Stubby fingers.
You've been looking at my hands.
Stubby fingers, I can't talk.
So is today Rosh Hashanah or?
No, unfortunately not.
Unfortunately.
Well, if today was, we would get Hallel tomorrow during, but that's which is nice. But no, it was last 2 days. It was Wednesday night and Thursday. Yeah.
Are you off today?
I didn't work that hard. Truth be told.
You didn't work
Yeah,
this
something I was doing this podcast, that was cool about all the different, how Elul as an acronym for different verses.
Ani ladodi v'dodi li. That's the norm. That's the
main one.
that's the main one. What other ones is it?
There's one from Megillat Esther that he quoted, that was,
About.
Who's quoting? This was a podcast from
it
who?
was a it's called Unorthodox podcast.
Oh, okay.
He was
What
just,
the rabbi, was this rabbi, what's his name?
David Bashevkin. Bashevkin Kabbalat.
Oh, yeah, I know Dana
Why
and
did you do a
Lisa.
kusama outfit
I
today?
left it to Dana to organize everything.
You honored me.
But the exorcist does.
I know, I love that.
So they felt silly.
So I didn't use this
What time?
exercise for depression and stuff.
What?
Depression.
It
Five
is.
It's not.
Yeah.
Page 14 or 46. Igale, gale, gale, na. Obros, obros, ravivalai. Et zugad, zugad, shlomecha. Higale, gale, gale, na. Obros, obros, ravivalai. Et zugad, zugad, shlomecha. Higale, gale, gale, na. Obros, obros, ravivalai. Et zugad, zugad, shlomecha. Higale, gale, 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 na. Higale, gale, 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 na. Higale, gale, 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 na. Zovros Gavivala Etzugat Zugat Shalom Echa Hay 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 Page 15. Lechon Iran and all Adonai Narial and Zori Shenu Nekad Mafanav Vedoda Bizmiro Narialo Arba'im Shana Hakud Bedor Va'omar Amdoye Levavim V'em Lo Yanu Derachai Hashem Nishbati Be'avi Him Yavon El Menuchati Shir Chada, Shirul Adonai, Golar, Shirul Adonai, Baruch Shemo, Vasum Yom Yom Yeshuato, Savru Bagoyim Gevodo, Vechol Avim Nivleotav, Gigadol Adonai Umulal Meyor Nora Al Gol Elohim Hay 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 Gol Elohim Amim Elilim V'Adonai Shamayim Asa Hor Behara Lefana Boz V'Diber El B'Mikdasho Avul Adonai Mishpechot Amim Avul Adonai Gavod Ba'oz Avul Adonai Gevod Shemo Seu Mincha Uba'ol Echazodai Hay 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 Shachavul Adonai Behadrat Kodesh Chilu Mipanav Kol Haaretz Imru Bagoyim Adonai Malach Avdi Kontev Elav Limon Yadin Amim B'Meisharim Yismechu Hashamayim V'Dagel Haaretz Hayiram Mayam Lo Yalo Sadai V'Chol Asher Bo Hay 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 Haziranenu Gol Atzeyar Lifnei Adonai Ki Hiva Yishbot Haaretz Yishbot Tevel V'Tzedek Ve'amim Be'emunato Hay 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 Hey, 17 or 57? 51. Or Zarul Atzanik Uli Shrelev Simcha Simcho Tzadikim Badonai V'odu Lezecher Kodsho Mizmor Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash Ki Niflaot Asa Hoshia Lo Yemino Zro HaKodsho Hodia Adonai Yeshuato Lehinei HaGoyim Gilatzid Kato Zachar Chasto Ve'emunato Lev Beit Yisrael Rahu Kol Afsei Haaretz Et Yeshuot Eloheinu Hariyu Ladonai Kol Haaretz Yizcho Eranenu Bezameru Zamru Ladonai Bechinor Bechinor Bekol Zimra Bechatzos Rahor Bekol Shofar Hariyu Lifnei HaMelech Adonai Ramayam Umlo Tevel Beyoshvevat Neharodim Chauchav Yachad Arim Yeranenu Lifnei Adonai Kiba Yishvod Haaretz Yishvod Tevel B'tzedek Behamim B'meisharim Page 19 or 53. Yadu Shimcha B'no. Moshe ve'Aaron ve'Kohanav u'Shmuel ve'Korei Shemo Korim el Adonai ve'hu yahanem b'hamud anan yedaber alehem shamru edotav v'chok natan lamo Adonai Eloheinu atanitam el nosei ha'ita lahem v'nokem alalilotam Ramemo Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu lehar kodsho Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim Havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz Havu l'Adonai kevod shemo Yishachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh Kol Adonai alamahim el hakavod yirim Adonai halmaim rabim Kol Adonai b'koach Kol Adonai v'hadar Kol Adonai shover arazim Vaishaber Adonai et arzei halbanon Vayarkidem kemoel Lebanon וזריון כמו בין הרעמים גול אדוני חוזב להבות אש גול אדוני יחיל מדבר יחיל אדוני מדבר קדש קול אדוני יחולל איילון ויחסו ויערוד ובכלו כולו אומר כבוד כולו אומר כבוד אדוני למבול ישב וישב אדוני מלך לעולם אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן אדוני יבורך את עמו בשלום הנא בכוח בכוח גדולת ימינך ימינך דתן זרורה גבל רינת עמך זגבנו תורנו נורא הנא בכוח גדולת ימינך דתן זרורה דתן זרורה גבל רינת עמך זגבנו תורנו נורא Page 21 or 56. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad hishmi'anu el hamiyuchad o Adonai echad u'shmo echad L'shem ultiferet b'tililah lecha dodi ligras gala b'nei Shabbat Kabbalat ligras Shabbat lechu ben elcha Merosh mikedem nesucha Sof maaseh b'machshava tchila lecha dodi ligrat gala b'nei Shabbat Kabbalat Hina miyadash melechir melucha Gumitzei mitoch hafecha Rav lach shevet b'yemek habacha V'hu yachamol aleichem lecha dodi ligrat gara b'nei Shabbat Kabbalat Hidnari me'afar gumim live she big day, Tifartecha mi, Aliyad ben Ishai, Beit halachmi, Korval nafshi gehalai, Lecha dodi, Ligrad gala, Bnei Shabbat Kabbalat. Hey, do re re, giva ore gumi ore, shir da beri givoda donai alai, igale chadodi le, gala le, gala be, nei Shabbat Kabela, lo de goshi velo di galbi, ma di shochachi umademi ba gechesu ane ami bini dair al dila lechadodi. Gala be nei Shabbat Kabela, yulim shisa shosai v'racha gugol mevalai yasi salai kelohai kimsos chatana kala lechadodi le gala le gala be nei Shabbat Kabela, Yaminus moldi frotzi v'yeta donaita aritzi al-yadish ben darzi v'nis mecha ben gila lechadodi le grad gala be nei Shabbat Boi v'shalom atem et bala gam besimcha u'v'sola tov emunei am segula boi chala lecha dodi Page 23 or 59, Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat. Od Yenun Besevad Sheni Mirananim Yu Leagid Ki Ashar Adonai Tzuri V'lo Avlat Habo. They shall bear fruit even in old age. They shall be ever fresh and fragrant, to proclaim Adonai is just, my rock in whom there is no flaw. Adonai Malach Geut Labe. Edo תחננו מאוד לביתך נא בקודש, אדוני לאורך ימים. This week we observe the Yartzeichen of Ronald Goldklang, father of Janice Goldklang, Richard Wiese, father of Peter Wiese, Bernice Leisman, mother of Steve Leisman, Leslie Rosenberg, husband of Sybil Rosenberg, Selig Newbart, father of Andy Newbart, Michael Barback, brother of Spencer Barback, Harry Schaefer, grandfather of Florence Grossman, and also Lillian Hall, Rose Windman, and Arthur Rabin, who are memorialized on our board. May their memories and the memories of all those who we recall be blessings. Mourner's Kaddish is on page 62 or 24. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shmei Rabbah. Amen. Be'alma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. Bagala u'bizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lamei almayah. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. Vitadar, vitale, vitalal, shmei dekudsha brechu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. O say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Good Shabbos, everyone. It's so nice to see all of you. Chodesh Tov, it's Elul, which is also exciting, although not really Rosh Chodesh right now. Thanks, Hildy. I was wondering who was going to do that. It's funny, we could have a system, but like we don't. It's like someone, it's like God will provide. Why should we have? What's that? So that leads me right. So okay, that's actually. So here's how I was going to start, and I am among all the people that I know. Okay, I think I am the most forgiving of political gaffes, of politicians like saying the wrong thing, like it comes out wrong or whatever. I am the most I suspect myself of very few real virtues, but I am the most forgiving person I know of this. And the reason why I am is because, and I tell people a lot that I basically talk for a living. That's basically what I do. That's more or less my job. My job is to talk to a lot of different people in a lot of different contexts, in a lot of different ways. And when you talk for a living, when you talk all day long, it turns out invariably you're going to say the wrong thing eventually. And most of the time, sometimes they can do damage, right? It's not that our words don't matter, but you're going to say the wrong thing. And so I'm forgiving of politicians when they do this. And this has been true of me ever since I've been in rabbinical school. I really realized this very quickly right away, that when you talk a lot, you're going to say the wrong thing. And I think not only is it something for rabbis, I think it's like a little learning. It's a Jewish learning. And I've made this joke before, but I keep making it because I think it's funny. I don't know that many Jews who take vows of silence. I don't know. I don't. It's not like a common Jewish thing. It is in some other spiritual practices. And we do have the rabbis say things about, I was raised among the sages and I didn't find anything better than silence. But by and large, the tradition is talkative. And Jews are talkative. And I'm talkative. I wouldn't have gotten into this line of work if I didn't really like to talk. And I also probably wouldn't be giving this particular drasher if I didn't also have real doubts about that and real questions about that aspect of my character. And this has really been true for me for a long time, since high school, maybe before. I don't know if I was conscious of how it was potentially problematic before high school, but at least since high school. So another thing that you probably all know about me is I liked school a lot. I liked school because I was good at it. And I liked being in a setting where I could, give my 2 cents about something. I like being in those kinds of settings. They're good for me and I'm successful in them. And I actually think sometimes I have something worthwhile saying. Not all the time, but sometimes I think that I do. And so I always liked being in school. And particularly it became acutely an issue for me in college. Acutely an issue because I was taking most humanities classes. I took mostly seminar classes. And I would challenge myself because I was conscious of the fact that I talk a lot. And I would challenge myself, say, listen, just sit and listen for this particular session. Don't, and invariably, almost every single time, I was like, I had this thing that I wanted to say, and at the end of the class, I was like, man, you made such a jerk of you. You talked so much. And actually, I think some of this is me being hard on myself. I don't think that I was like a jerk. I didn't try to talk over people, but I would talk a lot. And I will say that I feel this way after board meetings too. I think about this at board meetings. My approach, you may not know this, but my inclination in board meetings, I go into almost every board meeting thinking, I want to mostly just let this play out. Because I actually think that that's what the appropriate rabbinic role is in the board meeting. We could have a conversation about that if you want. I don't know if everyone agrees, but that's what I think is my role. But invariably, not invariably, but often I leave the meeting and I say, maybe I should have just kept my mouth shut there. What did I gain from John shaking his head? But I think about it. And I think the tradition thinks about it a lot. And the tradition thinks about it today in a very, I think, simple, but for me, very poignant way. It says, the first pasuk of the thing is, of the parsha, Shoftim, Shoftim v'shotrim titein lecha b'chol sha'arecha. You should have Shoftim, judges, and also Shotrim, officers, like cops, basically, or officers of the court, at all of your gates. So you should have you should have the judge, and then you should have the guy whose job it is to make sure what the judge says happens. That's probably the pshat of what the text is about, which itself is probably a good learning for society and for people, right? We have to think about what we're going to do, and then we have to execute on it in a way that works and that's logical, right? So you have to have shoftim and shotrim. And so, as they always do around the holidays, the Hasidic Rebbes look at the first pasuk and they say, how are we going to relate this to tshuva and to spirituality? And say, well, it says your sha'ar is, your gates are one of 2 things. It's the gates of your mouth, or it's the gates of your imagination. And the word l'sha'er, misha'er, can mean to imagine or to dream up in Hebrew. It's a fascinating thing, that imagination is a gate. And it's sort of a fascinating little linguistic aside. But he says, okay, so it's a spiritual thing, so you have to have shoftim and shotrim within, right? So you have to think about what the right course of action is, or like what the right thing to say is. You have to think about it. And then you have to actually decide whether or not you're going to carry it out, right? You have to decide, okay, I am going to say this thing, and then I'm going to try to say it carefully and say it exactly as I mean. Or you can say, I am going to make this choice, and then you say, okay, I'm going to have to carry it out. It's like a two-step process, which is basically amounts to like you should think before you speak, which politicians don't always do, and which people who talk for a living, or Jews who talk by inclination, don't always do. But it's an important awareness to bring as we're doing all of the work that we're doing over the next, God willing, over the next month. Shoftim v'shotrim titein b'chol sha'arecha. You should have both judgment, but then you should also know how to carry out whatever your judgment is. We'll continue with Ma'ariv in just a few minutes. Would anyone like to take over from Ma'ariv? Anyone? No? All right. You will, Steve. B'vakasha. Page 28.
Malchuto, Baratzon Kiblo Alehem, Moshe Uvnei Yisrael, Lecha Anu Shira B'Simcha Rabba, V'yamru Chulam, Michamocha B'Elim Adonai, Michamocha Nedava Kodesh, Norati Lo Sefer, Malchutecha Ra'u Vanecha, Bokeyam Lifnei Moshe, Ze Elianu V'yamru, Adonai Mo Le'olam, V'ne'emar Kifada Adonai Yaakov, Golo Miyad Chazak Mimenu, Baruch Ata Adonai, Gal Yisrael. Who froze them? Ushmor Tzeiteinu, U'enu L'chaim U'Shalom Yata V'Yad Olam, U'fros Aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha, Baruch Ata Adonai, Aborei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu V'Yad Kol Amo Yisrael, V'Yad Yerushalayim, V'Sham Reuven Yisrael, Et Hashem כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת Rakhirote v'amlich malchute b'chayei omru yomechon u'chayei dechol beit Yisrael Magala b'agala u'vizman karev imru amen yesh me'ramon nevora V'yishtabach v'pa'ar v'yiromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei l'kudusha le'ela mikol v'yachata v'shirata tushvechata v'nechemata damiram le'ama v'imeru. That is on 35B or 76. Yaakov Yisrael, v'yimeru, amen. Oseh shalom, shalom b'mroma, uyaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimeru, amen. Vaychulu hashamayim ve'haaretz v'chol tzivam vaychal Elohim bayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa vayishbot bayom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa Vayivarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i v'yekadesh oto ki hivo Shabbat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim la'asot Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzhak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibur V'Hanora El Elyon Konei Shamayim Va'aretz Magei Avot Bivaro Men Hayim Meitim V'Mamaro Va'el Hagadosh She'en Kamohu Hamei Yad Le'amo ביום שבת קודשו, כי מה רצה להניח בהם, כי מה רצה להניח בהם, לפניו נעבוד ביראה ופחד, ונותן לשמור בכל יום תמיד, נאור הברכות אל ההודעות הגדולות השלום, מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי ומניח קדושה מימין לשני עונג זכר למעשה בראשית. אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו נצא ונוחתנו קדשנו במצוותיך ותן חלקנו בתורתך, צווינו בטובך ושמחנו בישועתך, וטהר ליבנו לעובדך באמת, והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה ורצון שבת קודשך, וינוחו בישראל מקדשי שמך. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת, יראה מקדש שמי רבה, יראה קירותי ויאמר כמותי וחי חום ומקום ובחיי לכל בית ישראל וגלה וימן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לכל יום ויום היה יתברך. יתברך ויתמם ויתעשה ויתדע ויתלווה ויתלשמי לקודשה ולעילה מכל בחטא ושירתה תשבחתה ונחמת אדם ירם בימה ויאמרו אמן. ובודכון דכל ישראל קודם ובהון דיבי שמאי ויאמרו אמן. שלום רבים שמאי וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו amen. Kiddush is on 49 or 93.
This one.
Oh, thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushnu mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'yavav v'ratzon kilanu zikaron ma'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom tefillah le'mikra'ei kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim kivanu b'charta v'yotanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha b'yava uvratzon ikravtanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Aleinu l'shabeach v'adon v'akol v'atei kidula liyotzeh reshit shelo asanu b'nei haratzot v'lo samanu b'mishpachot adama shelo sam chelkeinu kahem v'gor avinu kechol hamonam v'anavnu korim u'mishachamim u'modim Lifnei melech malkei hamalkim hakadosh baruch hu. Tu b'tortecha na'im lok le'olam va'ed.
Mourner's Kaddish is page 52 or 101. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah Be'alma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei V'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael Ba'gala u'v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lalmei almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha brichu Leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru Amen. Yehi shalama Rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Yesh koach to Steve for Ma'ariv. This week, Kiddush is sponsored by Spencer and Ronnie Barback in honor of their 28th wedding anniversary. If you'd like to sponsor Kiddush, contact Andrew Rothberg. The new adult ed calendar and courses are up on the website now finally, and they're starting in just a few weeks. So please, including an Elul program on 3 Tuesdays in Elul, not this next Tuesday, but then the 3 Tuesdays after that, 7:30 here. Starting off, we're going to learn Hilchot Tshuva and the Rambam and do some singing and do some reflection. And so please consider coming for that and check out what's happening in the fall. I'm very excited about it, and I think it's going to be great. Finally, we're going, next we're going to Israel next year, July 1st through July 9th. And deposits are due on September 1st so that we can actually reserve the bus and the tour, and we have enough people going, and we're definitely going, but the more the merrier, and of course the more cost, the cheaper it is because we spread out the cost. So if you want to go, it would be great to reach out to Adam Gerber soon and put down that deposit. No updates about the refugee that we are sponsoring from the Democratic Republic of Congo, but updates about that will come soon, I hope. And finally, check out Naomi Barudi's Bat Mitzvah project. There's a flyer in the glass thing, and her Bat Mitzvah is coming up in just a few weeks, right before the holidays. So, should be good. Any other announcements? We'll conclude with Yigdal on page 53 or 114. Yigdal Elohim chai ve'yishtabach nimtza ve'nei del metziuto echad ve'in yachid yechudo nelam ve'gam ein sof le'achduto ein lo demut haguf ve'eino guf lo naharoch elav kedushato Yishmon lechol davar asher nivra rishon ve'ein reishit lereishito Ohino adon olam ve'chol notzar yoreh gedulato malchuto shefa nevuato netano el anshei segulato be'tifarto lo kam be'Yisrael kemosheon Navi humabid et munato Dorat emet natan le'amohel Halyan emionem an beito Lo yachalifahel Velo yamir dato Olamim alezulato Zofe ve'yodea setarenu Mabi lesot davara be'kadmato Gomel Noten le rasha rak rishato ישלח לקציה ממשיחנו לפתור מחגג את ישועתו מתים יחייל ברוך חסדו ברוך הדיין שם דילתו מתים יחייל ברוך חסדו ברוך הדיין שם דילתו. Good Shabbos everyone. Good Shabbos. Gosh.
Okay, go, get on the road.
We can take a break now.
We're having the doctor thing. All right. The doctor one.
Weekend,
We're gonna go to Sunday. Come? Max is coming up.
We like them.
You know what?
I think we need a committee to develop a role.
Will you do it?
Non-research.
Will you do it that way? Will you do it? I have to.
Get out of here. Barry, it's sharp.
All right, well, if you, and I'll pass it, you can do these.
Can help you. Can help you.
From somewhere.
You and Steve?
Yeah. It's like, I think gas is raising things. Yeah, like, yeah, if there's people having to go answer their calls. First, I sent in a letter. I wrote, she said, hopefully out last week, the first week. I don't care if you give me money. I told Steve, it's much worse. So be it. And he goes, "Oh, you can't make people. Like,
Anyway,